And the bigger issue involved is really the space that Canada has continuously and frankly to us, we are at a loss to understand, other than the requirements of vote bank politics, why anybody would do this. Because if you look at their history, I mean, you would imagine that they learn by the history and they wouldn't like to repeat that history. So it isn't only one incident, however egregious it may be. I think there is a larger underlying issue about the space which is given to separatists, to extremists, to people who advocate violence. And I think it's not good for the relationship, and I think it's not good for Canada.
We have seen, this would not be the first time, we have seen threats to our airlines, we have seen threats to our parliament, we have seen threats to our diplomats, we have seen threats to our High Commission, to our leaders. And that is a source of concern to us, because if these threats, because they are cleverly worded, are then said, they are okay with freedom of speech. You were at the receiving end of this threat. Suppose it was your airline, your leaders, your diplomats, your parliament. Would you take it as lightly as that? There are countries which feel that, your concerns don't matter, that's okay, that's part of our politics. But if the slightest thing happens to them, even if it is legitimate, they have they start jumping up and down.
Yesterday, again, after the public inquiry, hearing, we had again issued a statement saying that Canada has leveled serious allegations, but has so far not given any evidence to back it up. As far as the allegations are concerned, PM Trudeau's own admission yesterday would indicate the value. As regards our stance on the allegations, we will naturally reject false imputations against our diplomats. As regards the allegations, PM Trudeau's own admission yesterday would indicate the value of these allegations. As regards our stance, we will naturally reject false imputations against our diplomats. There is a gap between action and words here.
What's the status on the high-level investigation that India initiated after there were allegations of plot to kill one of the proclaimed terrorists here in India, in US? Since that, he has filed a lawsuit against government of India now.
With regard to, there was a question related to the high-level inquiry. Again, as has been said from this platform in the past, these are when these issues were first brought to our attention, we have taken certain action, and these issues, and including the allegations, are being inquired into by a high-level committee, and the relevant agencies on both sides have engaged on this.
So our immediate approach was to engage with the government of India to say, and we had our various security officials reach out to India and say, look, there are real concerns that your security agencies were involved in the killing of Nijjar. We need to work on this together because that can't stand. We need to make sure that there are changes and there's accountability for this process, but let's try and do it in a responsible way that doesn't come and blow up the relationship between Canada and India. And that was the attempts we made in the month of August. As we approached the end of August and September, the big thing that was happening was India was itself hosting the leader of the summit of the advanced economies of the world, the G20. So it was a big moment for India, welcoming the world, all the leaders of the world to Delhi for a very important summit. And we had the opportunity of making it a very uncomfortable summit for India if we went public with these allegations ahead of time. We chose not to. We chose to continue to work behind the scenes to try and get India to cooperate with us. Their asks of us was, well, how much do you know? Give us the evidence you have on this. And our response was, well, it's within your security agencies. You should be looking into how much they know. You should be engaging. It's, oh, no, tell us what you know. Show us the evidence. And at that point, it was primarily intelligence, not hard evidentiary proof.
Sure. So we, the meeting that occurred yesterday, we updated, we being the U.S. government broadly, updated members of the Committee of Inquiry about the investigation that the United States has been conducting. We've received an update from them on the investigation that they have been conducting. It was a productive meeting, and I will leave it at that.
Did they also inform you about some of the actions they might have taken?
They did inform us that the individual who was named in the Justice Department indictment is no longer an employee of the Indian government.
Are you satisfied with the cooperation with the Indian government?
We are satisfied with the cooperation. It continues to be an ongoing process. We continue to work with them on that, but we do appreciate the cooperation, and we appreciate them updating us on their investigation as we update them on ours.